Hey, good afternoon, everyone. So good to be together. We'll go ahead and call it to order. And Brandon, will you come lead us in prayer?
Let us pray. Lord, we come to you another week, another year, and we just ask that you just be with us. Let your presence be with us strongly. We know that in the presence of the Lord is the fullness of strength. Lord, we know the joy of the Lord is our strength. So help us to find time to be in your presence so that we have the joy and that we have the strength for whatever you call us to do. We thank you for the food that you provided today and the hands that prepared it. We ask that you bless them and carry us through this day. For whatever you call them, give you glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Brandon, knowing that he had the soiree today, came prepared in God's favorite colors.
Even the red shield on the kid. So.
Let's join together in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Let's sing, Tony.
We're going to try this like this. We have no sound.
Yeah, walk all that.
If that doesn't work, we're going to do this song a cappella because everyone should know this one.
We'll go one more try, and if not, we'll go a cappella. No, cappella it is.
All right, let's hit it. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. That was about 4 octaves too high.
Yeah, I get that moment in there too. I was like, oh, that's a little out of my range. You know, that song, for me, every time it takes me back to Ray Charles singing it in the movie The Sandlot on the 4th of July. You know what I'm talking about? The fireworks. That was a pivotal moment of childhood for me. Sergeant Arm Joseph, any visiting Rotarians today? Okay. How about guests with us today? Any guests with us today? Yeah.
I have my guest today, Zach Reynolds. Stand up, Zach. Zach is a proposed prospective new member and actually has turned in his application today. And his grandparents live next door to me. So if you want to know something about it, ask me.
Welcome back, Zach. Okay.
I have Jenny Varner. She's going to be presenting here in a little bit, our president today.
Welcome. Okay. Any announcements today?
Yeah, we're going to postpone our annual meeting until February the 10th, which is a Tuesday here at the Women's Club. We're doing that just out of abundance of caution and making sure we're not scrambling Monday morning. So it's February 10th annual meeting.
Okay. Any other announcements? Phil?
I just want to remind everybody, I made it out the last time I was here about Great Good Church coming up this Monday at 12:30, will be Dimitri Steinberg. Again, who played all 30 minutes in the whole world. He's been just a wonderful pianist. And who was here last year. Played everything he played with no music. Absolutely amazing. However, right now, everything's kind of on a wait-and-see basis. But those of you who may be interested, and I hope several of you are, if you'll call me Saturday to confirm, you may already be on. Call me if you have any doubt, and I'll be able to answer your questions.
Okay. Saturday, February 7th, we mentioned this last week, but a district grants management training. It's a free class on grants management, and this is a great time to learn. Everything that Rotary does, I'm always impressed with. So this is coming up February 7th. It's at Randolph Community College, 8:30 to noon, and again, it's free. So if you're interested in going to that, see Kim or myself, and we can get you signed up for that. A great training. So, and we've got a blood drive coming up. Larry, what's to be said about that?
It's still a ways away, February the 19th, but I'm sure we have plans slots available.
All right. Well, if you're available February 19th, this is a cause that we Rotarians really believe in, are always glad to participate in. February 19th, blood drive at Memorial UMC. You can sign up on the American Red Cross website or call Larry and get you set up for that as well. Pretty neat thing that Milford stumbled upon, and so you might see these on your tables there. But this was a Rotary bulletin from January 19th, 1993. And so I was 10 years old when this happened. I ain't gonna do the math, but this is neat. So take a look at those. There's a piece of history there. Any other announcements? That reminds me, and I think you have these on your tables as well. There are still sponsorship opportunities and tickets available for the Habitat for Humanity gala and fundraiser that's coming up here soon. That will be right here at the Women's Club Elvis concert. It's a great night for a great cause. All the money, the proceeds for that go for the good work that Habitat for Humanity is doing in our community. So check out the flyers that are on your table. If you need a ticket, you can see Judy or Milford or myself. Kim, I saw Kim is in here, Kim is safe. And any of us can get you tickets to that. So, any other announcements? I got that coming right after birthdays. But yeah, you will see that cart buckets are on the table. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. Well, again, another announcement. Oh, yes, sorry, didn't see you.
He's not here today, but my friend Jeremy Bennett just had a baby girl.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he is now a proud father and is recovering in wrestling. Erin Bennett.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, if you're able to, maybe I'm friends with him on Facebook. If you're friends with him on Facebook or not, you can get his email through our book, your book directory. Yeah, there's some words there. Send him a congratulations email. That's a great thing for us to do as Rotarians together. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. The moment that you have all been waiting for and are eager for, let's split the pot. Candace. 11 cards. What is it looking like today?
$4,446 is what's in the pot.
What's that? What's the split?
Yes, 23 and 73 for those of you that are counting. Right there. Did you make a print? The last three, 782.
Is it Dave? Oh, no! Hey, he's not here. Let's read Okay, 10 cards to go, and the clock continues to turn. All right, well, you know, every month we like to take 1 week to do this and just recognize and honor our Rotarians who celebrate birthdays. Stan, will you come and lead us in that?
Happy New Year. It's been a real happy New Year for Dave, Mary, and Harvey. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You ever heard that before? Yeah. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Most of us recognize this quote from the Gospel of John, and it's telling us that understanding and embracing the truth liberates us from ignorance and sin and spiritual bondage and gives us real freedom. And every Wednesday, before we leave here, we do the 4-way test, and we're reminded every Wednesday that in all we think, say, and do, the first question we should ask is it true? Is it true? As we enter January and a new year, I wonder how well you and I as individuals are doing for searching for the truth. I think as Winston Churchill said, occasionally a man stumbles over the truth from time to time, but usually picks himself up and dusts himself off and keeps on going. I wonder how the United States of America is doing regarding the truth. That first question we have to answer for ourselves. It would be hard to answer the second question with anything, but we're probably not doing so well. And maybe our nation's resolution, if you make a resolution for New Year's, maybe we do it as individuals, but maybe we should, as a country, might often be and seek and act upon the truth a little bit more than we do in the year 2026. One thing we do know is that we have 9 Rotarians who celebrate birthdays in January. We have Adam Leisure, who was born on the 6th of January. What's January 6th? Where did that come from?
Nothing happened that day.
Nothing happened that day, right? Eddie Bowling on the 10th, the day that Thomas Paine's pamphlet Common Sense was published. Doug Hunt on the 13th, the day that Donald Trump was impeached for a second time. Amy Boozer on the 14th, same day as Benedict Arnold and Albert Schweitzer were born. Chuck Bybee on the 15th, Martin Luther King's birthday. Jeremy Bennett on the 18th, looking like Kevin Costner. Yours truthfully was born on the 22nd. That was when the Roe v. Wade decision was made by the Supreme Court. Matt Ridge on the 26th. Matt, you got Ellen DeGeneres to share that birthday. And Beth Atkins on the 28th. Alan Alda was born in 1936 on that day. So we got 9 birthday cakes to bake, hundreds of candles to blow out. And so for today, be it resolved that these good people and their birthdays are worth celebrating and therefore deserve a hearty song. So if you have a birthday in January, if you'll stand, and Tony, can you cut loose again with that?
Oh, yeah, we'll be on the right out there. Everybody stand up. Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rotarians. Happy birthday to you.
Well, each time that we honor our birthdays, we always take the opportunity also to put the cart buckets out. Cart, quite simply, is Coins for Alzheimer's Research Trust. And this is something that Rotary is passionate about, Rotary International is passionate about, and actively contributing to the research to find a cure, an end for Alzheimer's. And we've said this so often, but I would about guarantee that just every one of us in the room could reach out and make a connection that we've been affected by a family member or personally, someone that we know personally who has been affected by Alzheimer's. And so one of the things that we try to do is put the buckets out right here as we honor birthdays to give an opportunity to honor these folks who are having a birthday by dropping some cash, some coins, or dollars in their honor in the cart buckets. So those are out today, and we encourage you and hope you'll participate in that if you are able. Hey, and before we get into our presentation today, and we're eager to welcome Jenny, I did want to say Matt shared with me earlier today, Matt Ridge, that his dad Sam took a pretty bad fall over this past weekend on Sunday. And Matt, how old is your dad? He's in his 80s.
He'll be 81 here in a few months.
81, and it resulted in a back injury, and there's potential surgery. And you know, at that age, back surgery that's a scary thing, tough thing. So if you'll be praying for Sam and for Matt and the family as they care for him. And so, yeah, keep us updated on that. So, well, Matt, will you come and introduce us to Jenny?
Jason, thank you for saying that about my dad. Before I bring Jenny up, I want to say a few things. I've been the coach at the college, most of you know, for 19 years, and 5 years ago I was blessed to be the AD. Thanks to Dr. Brown and the committee that hired me, and at that time Dr. Hartness. And I know all of you know this, but to me, in my 30 years of working in high schools and teaching and coaching, it's important where you work, but what I have found it's more important who you work with. And I'm not just saying this because I'm standing up here. I'm very, very blessed in a lot of ways in my life. Unbelievable parents, unbelievable supportive wife. To be a coach's wife, it takes a special woman because of the sacrifices that the whole family has to make with the coach being gone. But I'm also extremely blessed to have supportive daughters, healthy daughters. But working at Davidson-Davy has been a huge blessing for me and my family. And all 19 years, I get up to go to a job I enjoy. But what I found is most rewarding thing is who I work with and the support that they give me, because it's truly a team at Davidson-Davy. And I mean that. And Jenny obviously is the leader of the college. So I'm going to read this real quick. Jenny was named the 5th president of Davidson-Davy Community College on November 17th, 2023. She followed Dr. Darren Hartness, who passed away in July 23. Jenny has been at the college since 2008 and was previously vice president of external affairs and executive director of the college foundation. And I worked closely with her when she was over the foundation. In these roles, Jenny led Davidson-Davy Foundation through its years of great growth, celebrated the college history milestones, including 50th anniversary in 2013, oversaw the renaming of the college from Davis County Community College to currently Davidson-Davy in 2021. Prior to coming to Davidson-Davy, she worked with U.S. Senator Elizabeth Dole. And lastly, I know we have a lot of Carolina fans in here, so please don't hold this against her. She is a graduate from Duke University with a bachelor's degree and master's degree in public policy. So please welcome Ms. Jenny Varner.
Thank you all for having me, and thank you, Matt, for asking me to come, even though I know you called me on that day. You remembered that you had the speaker, and so you picked up the phone and asked if I happened to be available. But I appreciate it nonetheless. I'm always a little bit surprised when I get asked to come, because I figure you have so many college people here that you don't really need me. But on the other hand, unless you want a presentation on baseball cards, I know maybe better to ask me. Also, one of my distinguished employees was overheard being asked if he was going to be at Rotary today, And he said, yeah, of course I'm going to be there. And the person assumed it was, because I was speaking, but he pointed out it was because the pot was so high. So really quick thinking there. But seriously, it's great to be here. And really, I'm not sure I could be in too many gatherings where I look around the room and see so many either current or former board members. A lot of you have served on our foundation board. A couple of you still do. I know David Snapp's not here, but he's currently a trustee at the college. So this has always been such an incredibly supportive group, and that probably explains why it is always so much fun to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity to see all of you. It's probably also why you always have plenty of questions, because you know enough about the college to ask those questions, and you're engaged and supportive, and we really appreciate that. So I'm just going to give you some quick updates today, and again, I'll welcome your questions because many of you know a lot about our college and have been connected over the years. Just a quick look at enrollment, because I know people are always trying to imagine in their heads, how big is the college, how many students are out there, what is it really made up of? And just to give you a sense, this past fall, and this is just our curriculum enrollment, that's only a part of what we do, but we had 4,600 curriculum students this fall. Curriculum means these are degree-seeking students. They come in and they want to pursue an associate degree with us. That was a 6% increase over the previous fall, which is great. But what you need to know is that is just a continual increase. We have seen steady enrollment increases even through the pandemic. So we are on a multi-year trajectory of ongoing enrollment increases. Our spring curriculum enrollment right now, again, a little over 4,600, also a 6% increase from this time last spring. So that gives you a sense of the numbers of degree-seeking students. But that's not really all we do. If you want to get a good sense of the number, look back at our total head count, and the last full year that we have that for is 24-25, where we serve over 13,000 students a year. So that includes those curriculum students, but also about 6,500 students in continuing education or short-term non-curriculum programs, and then about 1,500 in basic skills. We call that career and college readiness at the college, but those are students who are doing classes before they start their degree programs perhaps, or they're catching up on high school programs. That incorporates a lot of students who need a little extra help before they get into a Con Ed or a curriculum program. Just another little glimpse of things among our curriculum students, right now, for example, about 43% of them are new students, 42% of them are full-time students, and about 35% are dual enrolled. Now, dual enrollment, again, a lot of you are familiar with this also, but dual enrollment means they're actually high school students who are taking college classes at the same time. Many of you are familiar with that. You've had family members who have been dual enrolled in some way over the years. It's not a new concept, although there are new iterations of that these days. So one of the things that we have are early colleges on both of our campuses, Davidson and Davie. And those are high school programs that sit on our campuses where the students take both their high school courses and their college courses. So we've got 139 at Davidson and 95 at Davie. You may be familiar with the Yadkin Valley Career Academy as well, where 89 of their students right now are taking college classes. And then the thing that we are hearing probably the most about these days is something called the Career and College Promise Program, which is a statewide structure for how high school students who are still enrolled at their individual high schools all across the county, they come out to us at the college or get online with us, or in some cases, we even have instructors who go to the high schools and they take classes with us. Now, it wasn't called Career and College Promise, but I took high school classes when I was in high school at Lexington. So again, it's not new, but there is a new structure for this program. And as you can see by those numbers, that program continues to grow. Just huge interest from our high school population across the county and in Davie County for those students to be taking classes both places. As you can imagine, there are a couple different benefits. I mean, first of all, it gives them additional course options, things they might not be getting in their high schools. It gives them the ability to earn college credit, which makes them happy, but also makes their parents happy a lot of the time. And it even gives them the ability to go ahead and earn an associate degree if they want to. So they could conceivably be graduating from high school at the same time that they are also getting an associate degree from us. So that's giving them a big jump ahead when it comes to future college. We also have, I don't have this on the slide, but we also have a program that we call the Advantage Program. It means that CCP students who have taken these high school courses with us can then come to us after high school graduation, assuming maybe they didn't already earn a degree or they plan to continue with us for a while, and they can get free tuition their first year at the college. So being a CCP student has huge advantages, and that just continues to grow. Some other just recent changes that I think you'll be interested in. We are this is a little bit philosophical. We've spent a long time focused nationally as community colleges on those curriculum or those degree programs. We've even focused our scholarships in that direction for a long time, as if to say, well, those are the most important programs. We want you to come in and earn a 2-year degree, or we've gotten a little smarter over the last couple of years, I think, and have really expanded our thinking. Even though we've always offered short-term and continuing education programs, we haven't focused on them perhaps quite as much as we should have. And we have learned that the workforce out there doesn't always need those 2-year degree programs. They're not asking for them sometimes, and it doesn't necessarily align with what you would naturally need in certain careers. So there have been some program shifts for us. For example, we have moved 3 of our programs recently from being curriculum programs to being continuing ed non-degree programs. That's our pharmacy technology program, our central sterile processing program, and truck driver training. And I'll just use pharmacy tech as an example. The pharmacies hiring these pharmacy technicians do not need them to have associate degrees. So to spend time in an associate degree program costs the student more, keeps them in school for longer, and it's not actually the credential that the workforce needs. So shifting that to a Con Ed program is better for our students and gets them into the same jobs. Very similar situations in these other programs that we transition as well. We also have a goal for this year. This is part of our new strategic plan, but one of the things we are focused on is increasing the number of our career and college readiness. Remember, that's what we also call basic skills. Increase the number of those students who finish their introductory work with us, or maybe they've gotten their adult high school diplomas or some type of program, trying to make sure they transition into our continuing ed and curriculum programs, because we don't have that happen often enough. They may come to us for some of that basic coursework in the beginning, but the pathway has not been smooth enough for them to continue on. So that's a goal for us right now. We have some new federal funding opportunities coming. You may have heard, most of you probably have heard of Pell Grants. That's federal financial aid for students. That's when you get to go fill out the FAFSA. Parents love that. But traditionally, Pell Grants have been focused on curriculum students or students in a longer-term degree program. But after a lot of advocacy for a number of years, we now have what is being called Workforce Pell. So students are going to be eligible for Pell Grants for shorter-term programs. And that's a real benefit to students out there who don't have the funds necessarily to be in college, but they didn't necessarily want to be in a curriculum program just to get those funds. They'd really like to access a short-term program, but previously there was not federal assistance with that. So we're excited about that. It has not rolled out quite yet, and it'll take a little playing around with it to figure out which programs might be eligible and to get that rolling, but we'll see that across the state here in the next year, and that's a great thing. And then just internally ourselves, we are looking at our scholarships and how we look at affordability and other financial aid to say, you know what, it's not just about these degree-seeking students. Can we be a little broader in our thinking about different types of programs that we might be willing to give financial assistance to, when we didn't necessarily in the past. Another mechanism for students to learn. I think we all know that online is, the way we go with so many things these days, because given that we can do Zoom meetings and everything else. And of course, online education is nothing new. And we've had online classes at the college for a very long time. But like so many places, the pandemic really made us turn the corner in terms of what we could offer online. And so we now have what we call Davidson Davie Online. Again, it's not new that we have online courses, but it's a renewed focus and a way of organizing our online classes, and in fact, entire programs that are online, so that it helps the student, the user experience, helps students. They could be a completely online student for us. Maybe they don't even live here, but they want to access one of our online programs. So this is our way of better serving them and recognizing that we have a lot of different types of students out there who, there are a lot of ways to get where they want to go. Now, I'll combine two concepts here. I wouldn't come here without updating you on road construction, and I love to talk about roads and bridges. So I hope you've enjoyed our new highway interchange. I hope you've ridden around the roundabouts. Nobody's ridden around them as much as I have, but we love our completed road construction out in front of the college. But I also love to think of it because I think it's symbolic to me, our roads and our pathways and our bridges, and thinking about all the different roads that our students take in life. And that really just incorporates everything I was just talking about. We have the students who need to be with us online. We have the students who need to be in short-term programs. We have the students who need to be in degree programs. We have the high school students who are coming to us in a different way. And so I'm really happy that we're finished out there and we can use that as a symbol for moving forward. Now, since we have finished this road construction, it was important for congestion, traffic, safety, all those many things. It also allows us to look more closely at our neighboring properties. You've heard me talk about that over the years. We now have the opportunity to physically grow the college. And the first new building that we will see, now it's not across the highway, but it's across Old Greensboro Road from the college, because we own land back there too, behind what used to be Subway and is now the new Nick's Sub Shop. Our first building will be an emergency response center, and we received some state dollars. Our local legislative delegation helped us get some state dollars to focus on emergency response and public health. This is just a little rendering of the front of that building, but now you've got sort of an overview there. And if you can imagine, your back is to Lake Tomalex, and over to the left, that little drive heads out to the roundabout on Old Greensboro Road. So you're across from our current Davidson campus when you look there. But this future emergency response center will give us room for our law enforcement program, our fire training program, as well as flexible space for any type of emergencies, whether that be a public health emergency or other natural disasters. We're training for those things. Now, this is just phase one of the project. We've spent a lot of time doing the planning for this so that our architects can also help us envision how this can grow and we can add more needed spaces when we have the money for it. We're also grateful that just last week we were in front of the county commissioners, and they dedicated a little over $3 million to this project. So we are now rolling on this, and I think that we will see shovels in the ground by summertime. So we're really excited about that program and the growth it represents. Of course, I've asked all the time, okay, so when do you develop the land across the highway? And of course, we will turn our attention there as well. I'm accepting any donations for naming opportunities before I leave here today. But we also have a future building in Davie County as well. So this and the Davie County building are our next two priorities. In Davie County, that's an exciting project because it's a health sciences center on the campus of Davie Medical Center, which is a great education and workforce partnership. And we really need that space for our healthcare programs in Davie County. Of But once these buildings are underway, of course, we will be continuing to look at the other possibilities across the road, and that will be exciting growth. And then in case you didn't know, we do have an athletics program at the college. As always, proud of our basketball and volleyball teams and everything our students do outside the classroom, because we think that makes them better and happier students with us. So I'm going to stop there, and please, do you have questions?
Jay, can you distinguish between, or I guess clarify a little bit more the difference between Yankton Valley and CCP and how it relates to you guys?
Sure. And I'm going to turn right to Jonathan Brown and say, stand up and explain that, Jonathan.
So Valley, all their pathways are through CTE programs. So think of anything that's career technical education. So they don't take the gen eds with us. Where early colleges, most of them, they're going to take their core requirements like Math 1, Math 3, Biology, English 2. That'll be done by the high school. Everything else the early colleges will do will be through the college, okay? So when a Valley student comes to us, they do all their core classes taught by high school, and then all the technical courses are then taught by us. Now they may have to take, if they're getting an associate's degree in that 5th year, they'll probably have to take one math, one English, one science, some of those humanities for the degree. But the majority of their classes are going to be focused in a specific pathway, not a general pathway, if that makes sense. So if I'm going and I'm wanting to be a machinist, I'm at Valley, high school classes at Valley, all my machining classes at the college.
Thanks.
Other questions?
Jimmy, what role do you guys play in the apprenticeship programs that are in the county?
You're going to think that I'm just, so really Jonathan's our apprenticeship expert as well, so hey, how about doing whatever you want that?
So we're excited, you know, our manufacturing apprenticeship programs have been up since probably 2019. So we have grown that. Currently we have a consortium, it's called the Davidson Apprenticeship Consortium. We have 10 member companies. In the last year we added 2 new ones. SBA Home in Moxville, first North American facility here. They're from Lithuania, and basically they make furniture for IKEA. That's the way I know to describe it. And the neat thing about coming here is they will work in partnership with Edgarwood Product, who is over in Linwood, and use basically the supply chain to build that product for them. And then we were also fortunate enough to get Siemens Mobility, which is on Brown Street in Lexington. They have joined our apprenticeship program too. We also, 3 or 4 years ago, started health science apprenticeship programs. We were the first college to do that. So we have everything from in nursing to our EMS, paramedic programs. So apprenticeships have really exploded. I see a lot of growth in, I tell you, if you know any young person, especially getting ready to get out of high school, and they want to get a free education, they want to learn and earn, come do this, because it's debt-free. To kind of tell you how we had it set up, when they come to class, even though they're not working that day, that company pays them to be there. So it is, and they're full-time employees, so they get benefits, 401k, insurance, the whole works. So it is a really, truly great program. And we are starting our recruiting. We'll have an open house for our manufacturing apprenticeships coming up here in a couple weeks. So if you need more information, please let me know.
Are you full?
Well, that's a great question, a loaded question. So we would like to have more from the college standpoint, but we're also because the companies are responsible for the tuition and the payment of everything, we don't tell a company, hey, you've got to take X amount of apprentices in a year. What we ask them is, take enough so we can build a cohort and we keep all the apprentices together. That way we can schedule that class, because right now what they do is they do 4 days of on-the-job training and 1 day with us, and it's basically from 8 to 5. that they come in and do their studies.
Are the companies fulfilling their employment?
Oh yeah, you know, I've got companies that are getting 200 applications for about 6 slides.
Fantastic.
Again, I wish we could get more, but you know, and hopefully there is some legislation coming down from the governor who has expressed interest in really expanding. We have in the past had what we call tuition reimbursement, so we could reimburse that company up to 50% of what they paid that employee. So I think that's coming back too. So there's just a lot of talk about it.
Are your high schools cooperating?
Absolutely, they're at the table. They know about it. And if they don't, it's their fault because we invite them. We have monthly meetings, and we have representation from Thomasville, Lexington, and Davidson County, and Davie County.
That's great.
And we do get a lot of attention for how we're doing in those programs as well. In fact, just this morning, there was a statewide education magazine that contacted us and said, we want to come back to campus again. They had been there when we launched the biggest healthcare apprenticeship in the state. They said, we want to come back and follow up again on apprenticeships at Davidson Davie. So, hey, Phil.
Hey, Jay, I was going to ask Jason another question. For example, 40, 50-year-old people who maybe are laid off, would that be open to them as well?
Some companies, yes. Some want to focus on the younger ones to train them. But we do have Mohawk Industries, a perfect example. They do a lot with their, what they call government workers or people that have been in the workforce, you know, prior to do that. So some companies do, some don't. It's kind of individuals. And I want to stress too, the consortium is just 10. We have more apprenticeships than just 10 companies. They just haven't joined our consortium. So I would probably say, just in the manufacturing, we probably have around 17 to 18 current companies that we are doing apprenticeships with. And then, of course, on the health science side, the majority of it's going to be Novant or Atrium at this point.
Other questions? Thank you again, everyone, for being here. It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you, Jenny, for sharing. Okay, yep.
Mention about next Monday.
Yeah, just about to do that. So, you know, we had mentioned and Candace shared with us 2 weeks ago that our monthly, our mission for project for January is to support Father's Storehouse and go, and really the biggest way when we ask them, what can we do to help you and what you're doing in our community, what's the best way that we can serve you? Linda said, hey, one of the biggest things y'all can do is and the easiest things you can do as a club is to come and help us unload the trucks that come in every Monday and put that stuff on the shelf. And so we've done that the past 2 weeks and plan to do it again this coming Monday. Now, weather is looking, a little iffy, so want to continue to extend that invitation, weather permitting. If the weather is inclement and it's just not looking like it's going to be a good day to do that, then what we will do as a club will extend that into February, and the first Monday of February we'll join together. And I'll try to send an email out to everyone, letting you know what we're kind of calling to do there on Monday. But a great thing, and I didn't make it this past Monday, but the Monday prior, I went out to Father's Storehouse and served. It's such a great thing, and it's easy. You get your little exercise in, unloading the truck and stocking the shelves, and you rub shoulders with some great people. And so I would encourage you the next time that we have an opportunity on Monday, this coming Monday or the next, either one, jump in and do that as Rotarians. A great way to serve a need in our community. Another thing I really wanted to say too, and I wasn't able to, I tried to call her this morning, but at Unity, there's a Unity United Methodist Church. There is a shelter there in place for folks who are homeless, and they're doing a great work there. I will probably send you an email. I called this morning to say, hey, is there anything our club could do as this weather is setting in to help y'all? I haven't gotten a response back. As soon as I do that, I'm probably going to email you. And I know everybody's busy, lots of things to do. Weather's about to get real crazy, and so if you have some spare time, whatever they reply back that a need is for us, if there's anything we can do, I'm going to put that in your inboxes so that you have that opportunity in front of you. Our city's really thinking through things, doing a great job of working hard to help people who are cold and in need. And so, but one of those ways, a great way, is what Unity United Methodist Church is doing to help folks who are cold in need. So, like I said, hoping to hear back from them soon. I'll put that in your inbox in the way we can potentially partner with it. So that's it. Thanks for being with us today. Let's stand as we go out back to our places of work, different four corners of this community. And as you go, as always, Ken, you got something? Oh yeah, board meeting 5:15 tonight. You'll get an invite in your inbox for board members or to the Zoom call for that. Also, still t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies that you ordered over here in this box. So if you ordered one, you have to pick them up. Come see Ken over here right after the meeting. She'll get you set. As you leave out the day and you go back to different places of work, different four corners of this community, I challenge you, have eyes to see, ears to hear the needs of this community, and a heart that's ready to serve, and all the things that we think say or do. First, is it true?